Where does the man who calls himself the world's strongest gay go to work out? Connecticut, of course. I'm Dawn Ennis.
And I'm Rob Kearney.
Coming up on Connecticut Voice Out Loud. Hello, and thanks for taking time to rise up. I'm Dawn Ennis. Tonight on Connecticut Voice Out Loud, I've got someone on Zoom to talk about a big problem. I'm from Forbes.com, and greetings from the University of Hartford podcast studio, where in addition to writing for Forbes.com, I'm also a professor. Hello.
Hello, Dawn.
Should I call you Sir Patrick Stewart? I don't know what to call you.
You can call me whatever you wish, Patrick or Pat. Pat was how I was known for 40 years in the UK. I was Pat Stewart. But
well, I'm blessed to call you Pat then.
Your name is Dawn.
Dawn. Like I had the high hair and I walked the dog and I parked the car. There are 4 cities that are getting grants. Why did you choose Connecticut of all places?
Well, we're really excited about this project.
Hey, Dawn Ennis reporting for the Los Angeles Blade, the Washington Blade, here outside the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is about to change the law that has been standing for years and years on reproductive rights.
You know who's stomping on people's freedoms? A lot of these politicians who are telling, in this case, women, when they have to start a family, when they can't start a family.
I'm Dawn Ennis. Thanks for rising up. I'm recording this on Saturday, September 24th, at the Bands Off Our Bodies rally. Governor Lamont is here, state senators are here, lieutenant governor is here, the entire Connecticut delegation, mayors from all across Connecticut are here. And you're here because I've got it all recorded. How have you met the challenge to rise up to do something that makes a difference?
Well, I think it starts with my mother. We were, I come from a large family.
Our Dawn Ennis sat down with the first transgender contestant to reach the Tournament of Champions.
I've seen you everywhere.
Yeah.
You've been all over. Is this something that just like boggles your mind that you have been, on TV, on the radio, on networks, in YouTube, everywhere?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a couple months to sort of prepare.
Hello, and welcome to Rise Up with Dawn Ennis. This episode is filmed on location. And look at me, film. We're videotaping this on an iPhone. But we're here in Provincetown, Massachusetts for one very special event.
We begin with an inspiring story of a Connecticut woman who's making a real difference at her company. Dawn Ennis has the story.
Perhaps the most important person anyone LGBTQ can come out to is themselves. Fiona Mohring was married to a man and suddenly fell in love with a woman, her best friend. But it was such a mind-blowing experience, she felt that she needed to talk to herself in the mirror and say the words out loud.
I'm gay. And then I would burst out laughing because it didn't feel true. It didn't feel real for me. And I could sit in front of the mirror and say, I'm in love with a woman, and that felt true and real. But I spent a lot of time saying, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, and just seeing what it felt like. There are many, many terrible things that a gender nonconforming, non-binary, or transgender person like me has to endure every day. But the two most gut-wrenching, humiliating, and heinous things are when we are dead-named or misgendered. Alicio Acosta is a trans man from West Hartford. We got together in his town's Elizabeth Park to talk about misgendering and dead-naming. But I've been told horror stories by parents of trans and non-binary children about the mall Santa. So I've set up a Zoom call with someone you might call an expert on children. Hi, Santa. Oh, would you take off your mask since we're on Zoom? I think you're on mute.
Hi, Dawn. How are you doing? I had it on mute.
What do you tell your elves and your other helpers what to do when they meet a child who might be transgender, non-binary, or gender non-conforming?
Start your interactions with love and acceptance. That is so important. And don't assume anything. You just don't know what might be going on with that child. Listen Listen to what they say. They'll let you know if there's some way that they want you to interact with them. And if you get it wrong, apologize and don't make that mistake again.
Thank you, Santa Claus.
It's always a pleasure talking with you, Dawn. Feel free to call me up anytime you like. Why, just the other day I was, what? You did what? Oh, the elves are having trouble in the workshop. I gotta go.
And remember, they aren't preferred pronouns, they're simply pronouns. For Connecticut Voice Out Loud, I'm Dawn Ennis.